In this video, we will look at the other type of joins we have in SQL, which is the outer join. Now, the outer join, we use it to also not to only return the matched rows in both tables. In case we want to return the unmatched rows from one table or both tables, we'll be using the outer join. So the outer join will return both the matched rows that satisfy the join condition, so where the common column they have a value in, and then the unmatched rows from one table, or if we use full outer join, it will return the unmatched rows from both tables. So we have three types of outer joins: the left outer join, the right outer join, and then the full outer join, which we'll be exploring in today's video. So again, when we looked at the inner join, we were only returning the intersection part. We are not returning anything that is outside this intersection area, and that's what we called an inner join. In the outer join, we'll be returning the intersection area plus all the unmatched values from one of the tables if we are using the left. So we'll return all the unmatched rows from the left table, or if we are using the right outer join, we'll return the matched values from the both tables and then the unmatched rows from the right table. If we are using a full outer join, we will return all the values with their matching or unmatching values in both tables. Now, if you do not have a matching value in the second table, we'll be replacing that value with null. So if we do not have a matched value for that column in that table, we'll be replacing it with null in our query result. So let's look at some examples here in the Oracle SQL Developer tool. I'm selecting all the columns and rows from the customers table. This is my customers table. It has a customer ID, last name, first name, the address, city, state, zip code, and if they were referred by another customer, and a region. Let's also look at another table we have, which is the orders table. The orders table will contain information about my orders, including a foreign key customer number, which will be mapping to the customer table. So the customer number here is a foreign key that maps to the customer table using the same column, which is customer number. So if we use the inner join, so instead of selecting the orders from or only selecting the rows and columns from the orders table, we want to know more information about the customer. So we want to know the customer name that ordered that order. So to do that, we can use the inner join, which we used before. So the inner join, we can use the keyword join, and then we are joining it with customers. And then we have the condition on orders dot customer number equals orders or customers dot customer number. So that will get me both or all the rows and columns from the orders joined with the customers only when we have a matching value. So if a customer does not have an order, so if in the orders they did not order anything, we will not be displaying these customers. So you will notice some customers, for example, do not have orders. So not all the customers have orders, and some customers have multiple orders. So that's what we will be displaying. So if we run this query, it will display only 21 rows. So this is for each order. We are displaying all the information for the order, and then all the information about the customer that ordered that order. If we only want to display some columns, so for example, we want to display the customer number and the order number, so we can use customer dot customer number or customers dot customer number. And then we want to display the orders dot order number. And let's actually display also the customer name. So customers dot, let's display their first name only. So if we run this again, you'll see we have the customer number and what orders they ordered and their first name. Notice some customers ordered more than one order, so that's why we display the customer number twice. Now notice that some customers we did not have any orders. So customer 1001 had 2 orders, but customer 1002 did not have any orders, and that's why we did not display them, because the inner join, we are only displaying the intersection. So only if the customer had an order and only if the order had a customer, we are displaying that row in here. Now, what if we wanted to display all the customers, whether they had an order or whether they did not have an order? In this case, we'll be using the outer join. The outer join will be displaying all the customers, whether they had an order or whether they did not have an order. So to do that, we want to do an outer join where the customers table will be displaying all the values in that table. So we have two different types to do that. We have left outer join and right outer join. Which one to pick? It's according to what you have in your statement here. So since I have my customers table on the right of the join word, I will be using right outer join. So right outer join, and that will be doing a route outer join, which means we are displaying everything for the customers. So all the rows for the customers will be displayed. So in here, I'm only displaying 21 rows. These are the matched rows. If we run this query now, you'll be seeing that we are displaying actually 27 rows, and you'll see some customers do not have an order number. So we are replacing the order number. Since they do not have an order number, we are replacing that with null. Now again, so if we are interested in displaying all the customers in our query, since our customers table is on the right of this join, we will be using a right outer join. If we had our customers table on the left of that join operation, so we have customers on the left and then we have orders on the right, we can use a left outer join, which will actually do the same thing. So we are getting all the information from the customer table, whether they have an order or not. So if we execute it, we should be able to get the same actual result. Now, if we want to display all the order information, whether they have a customer or not, we can use, in this case, a right outer join, because our order table is on the right. Now, since all our orders have to have a customer, we are actually displaying all the information from the inner join, because all our orders will have to have a customer. That's why we are displaying 21 rows, similar to what we had for the inner join. So one last thing we will look at is joining a table with itself. So let's go back and look at our customers table. The customers table has a column called referred, and this actually is referencing a column in the same table, which is the customer ID. So if this customer was referred by someone, we want to have the customer ID for that person that referred this customer. So what if we wanted to know the name of that customer that referred this customer, for example? In that case, we will need to join this customer table with itself. So we'll be doing a self-join operation. So to be able to do that, we will need to differentiate between the original table and the table that we are joining. And in this case, we'll be using our table aliases. So I will be joining the customers table with the customers table, but to be able to differentiate between the original table and the join table, I'll give them aliases. So I have customers C, and I want to join it with the customers table again, and let's call this one R. And I want to join them on the customer or referenced column in the first one, and this one I want to join it with the customer ID. So this is my foreign key and this is the primary key. So from the customer table, C dot referred, I want it to be equal to R dot customer ID or customer number. So we are using an inner join now, so only the customers who have been referred to us by another customer will be displayed, and we are displaying all their information. So if we run this, you'll see we are displaying all the information. So my customer one with the ID 1007, Tammy, she was referred to me by the customer Leela Smith. So Leela Smith was the referring customer. So she was referred to me by customer with the ID 1003. Instead of displaying all that information, let's actually just display the name of the customer. So the customer that I want to get, so C dot, let's say first name, comma c dot last name, and then I want to see who referred them, so I will get r dot first name, and let's actually keep it at the first name. So if we run this now, you'll see that for the customer Tammy, Gianna, she was referred to us by Layla. All these three customers were referred to us by this customer, and this Nicholas was referred to us by Misha, and then Mitchell or Michael was referred to us by Jake. So we can also give an alias here. So this is the referred by, for example. So we'll know that this customer was referred by this customer. So Tammy was referred by Layla. So what we are doing again here is a self join. We are joining the customers table with the customers table. We gave each one of them a different alias, so C and R. So the foreign key in the customers table C, which is the referred column, is equal to the primary key in the same customer table. So that's what we get in here. Now this is an inner join, so we're only displaying the customers who were referred to us by another customer. But if we want to display all the customers, all our customers, we can use an outer join. So since we want to display all the customers, so we can do left outer join, and in this case we are displaying all the customers whether they were referred to us by another customer or not. If they were referred to us by another customer, we'll display their name. If they were not, we'll just leave the referred by as null. So all these customers, these are all my customers, the 20 customers, and I'm displaying who referred them to us. If they did not have anyone referring them to us, we'll display that as null.